What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is looking for a possible fight with Chris Arreola. The Aztec Warrior takes on the Destroyer, supposedly. Of course, this is just a rumor. This is a projection from Team Ruiz fighting someone like Chris Arreola. As you guys can remember, Andy Ruiz wanted a tune-up fight, and I see this as nothing more than a tune-up fight. I mean, let's face it, Chris Arreola lost to Adam Kalnacki. You know, he gave a valiant effort for what he could do, you know, with what he had, but he still lost to Adam Kalnacki. Now, Andy Ruiz turned down a fight with Dillian White, I believe. He definitely turned down a fight with Luis Ortiz for a tune-up fight. So guess what? This is it. So there is no surprise here. You know, I figured that he was going to want someone like Chris Arreola to get his confidence back, which I honestly don't know why his confidence has went anywhere. Because, I mean, it wasn't like he was stopped in his last fight. He was outboxed due to the fact that he refused to cut off the ring. You know, Chris Arreola, I don't think is really going to move. I think what's going to prepare him for these top guys is top opposition. But it's another spin to this. If you look on the other side of these things, Andy Ruiz has started to train with Eddie Reynoso. So these guys have to have a trial run, so to speak, you know, to see how good he does, to see how well he takes instructions from the corner from round after round. Chris Arreola is a tough, durable guy. I can remember Chris Arreola talking about Andy Ruiz as he sparred with him, and he thought he was a good guy. He thought by looking at him, he was very deceiving, right? But this guy can really fight. This guy has showed Chris Arreola what he can do. So these guys will revisit perhaps on a professional ranking and a professional bout. Shouldn't be anything for Andy Ruiz because Chris Arreola has nothing that he has to worry about. He has no concern. He's been in the ring with him sparring. He knows the type of style Chris Arreola has, and it should be entertaining for the most part. Now, for that reason, I can understand why Andy Ruiz would want to fight with Chris Arreola, again, to get a win, you know, to start off the relationship between him and Eddie Reynoso and the Reynosos, right? Started off fresh with a victory. You know, it's kind of like Gennady Golovkin and Jonathan Banks when he took on Steve Rolls. Okay, so they needed a trial run fight. Honestly, you need a couple fights for that to see how you're going to do. One mediocre and the another one more challenging, a more challenging fight where you guys can, you know, see where the instruction, how can he instruct Andy Ruiz under pressure, under a challenge or an obstacle. How can he do, what will he do with Andy Ruiz based on what he tells him? So I think that would be a good fight. However, I am disappointed in Andy because Andy should have stayed at a certain level, you know, instead of, you know, moving backwards. But, of course, for the reason I explained, that's why I guess he's doing it, you know. But we really don't know to be sure, you know. I mean, for all we know, he ducked two good fighters to fight Chris Arreola. So it depends on how you look at it. Either way, because a lot of people will say that. A lot of people will say, dude, you ducked Dillian White and Luis Ortiz to fight Chris Arreola. What's wrong with you, boy? You know? But then again, you know, he has a new trainer, so he wants to fully adapt to the training instructions of Eddie Reynoso to see how it goes again. So, you know, depends on how you look at it. That's how it will be. You guys tell me what you think about Andy Ruiz possibly taking on Chris Arreola. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.